5 minutes after 7. It's a Tuesday, and it is the 28th of March, 2023. You're tuned in to Joy 99.7 megahertz, and my name is Kobe Spiking Nkrumah, and I'm here to talk tech on the show that's called Joy Geek Squad. Yes, the geeks are gathered here. Hi, Michael.
Yo.
Hi, Winston.
Hi. Hello.
Should I call you High Flashlight?
I mean,
there's a high visibility.
High visibility.
Yeah, I know. I knew you guys would say that. That's how I was this.
So yeah, unfortunately today we're not streaming, so people can't see. You're not visible.
No, I bet you the listeners on radio
They can.
Yeah, I mean, if they look very well, they probably see Winston shining through the dial and his high visibility up and down. Anyways, yes. So if you've been listening to us for a while, you probably heard us talk about AI, specifically ChatGPT, for the past 2 weeks. And AI is still trending in the tech world. And so we're still going to be talking about AI. But this time, our focus is going to be on something not too different, but not too similar to ChatGPT. We're talking about you, the listener, you, the viewer, you, the person who uses technology, who is exposed to technology, which is everybody. And what we're talking about is how you're going to be vigilant in this AI changing world, because trust me, a lot is changing and you want to be prepared so you're not bamboozled or hoodwinked because somebody's used something called a deep fake to... There's an account term for what's that thing they say in account? Yeah, do 6 and you 9. I don't know 9. No, so yeah. So now with Winston, you don't know.
I've heard it before. I heard it in a song.
Yeah, I done 6. I done 9. Okay, we can't 7.
I done 7. No, that's not. I done 8. I done 9. No,
what? Why are you remixing that song?
No, he said I done 6. I done 7. I done 7. I done 8.
Winston, please no.
It wasn't for you upon some producer.
It was Odeme 6. I done 9. Think about it. 6 becoming 9. You just have to flip it.
Yeah, but in that particular song, you never mind. Before I showed that I was born here at a drinking spot.
Oh well. So yes, people need to be careful with all this AI going around. Now, the reason for this is that if you haven't heard, there are AI tools that are letting people create visual stuff, i.e. pictures, videos, even audios. So I saw an interview with Bill Gates where Bill Gates was sounding like Bill Gates but not saying things that Bill Gates would actually say. And someone sent it to me asking me, did Bill actually say these things? And I said, no. I mean, it's obvious if you know how he speaks to know that he wouldn't say these things. But then the voice was it. The video was, the mouth movements matched exactly with the voice. And yeah. So we're going to be telling you how to be vigilant in an AI changing world. When we come back from this commercial break, Winston will give us the news, then we start a conversation proper. We'll be right back.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Geek Squad.
And we're back. The show is Geek Squad on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Kobe Spikey Nkrumah, and we're talking being vigilant in an AI changing world. Basically, we're telling you that AI is here and you have to be wary of some of the risks that it comes with, because with every good tool, somebody finds a way to use it negatively. But before we have that conversation, Winston is here with the news. Hi, Winston. What's up in the tech world for this week?
Hello, Spikey. Hello, listeners. Hello, Michael.
When you start like that, I know it's not going to be useful.
It's fairly cool. So, at first is Intel co-founder and creator of Moore's Law, George Moore, is dead at age 94. He died a couple of days ago. So RIP.
Right.
Now, if you don't know what Moore's Law is, it is basically the law that has governed the tech business and shown that, and basically the law says that every 2 years the number of transistors in a semiconductor double, which shows that the power of semiconductors doubles every 2 years. Initially, he said it was 1 year, then they made it a good estimate of 2 years, but now I think it's every year.
Every year.
Yeah,
probably every 6 months.
Yeah.
If you look at what the Chinese are doing.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he died, and Intel actually tweeted about it. So rest in peace.
Not to be confused with Morse code.
Yes,
It's more.
Yeah. Second, Twitter CEO Elon Musk is at it again. So he's bringing a new spin to the paid verification model. Now we've said this several times. Now you pay to get verified for the blue tick. So by 15th of April, Daddy Elon says that only verified subscribers will have posts recommended to other users, and they would be the only ones allowed to vote in polls.
So specifically, not verified as in legacy verification, but Twitter blue verified users.
Subscribers, people who are paid the money.
You that paid to use Twitter, you can now vote. So your franchise is franchise.
Yeah, you have to pay to vote now. So basically, anybody who does a poll, no unverified or unsubscribed Twitter user will be able to vote.
So very soon, some of us with the blue ticks, if we're about to lose it, then we become regular people.
Regular floor members. So basically, he says, oh, sorry, Michael?
No, you could just make your own Twitter now. Since the source code got leaked.
I do believe, it got leaked. And I do believe there's a competitor. I think Mastodon.
Yeah, Mastodon is a competitor.
But that's a different thing. So Elon says that this is one of the only ways to clamp down on AI bots, because it would make it more expensive to run these bots on Twitter because of the paywall. And it does kind of make sense, because you spend money creating the bots, running the bots. Now you have to pay money for the bots to do his botsing. His botsing. Yeah. So,
but wasn't he the same person who made it seem like, he had a solution to all of this and it wasn't going to be money? Like,
he's the one who made it seem like the bot situation, Twitter was just being laissez-faire about the entire thing. And now he owns the thing. He realized that, this was a bigger problem than I thought. He owes them an apology.
He does.
That is probably a daily thing at Twitter nowadays. Why is it that's why.
Anyway, a Twitter insider, someone who works currently with Twitter on the paid verification team, says that this move may actually be a silent threat to free speech and gives verified subscribers too much power, because verified subscribers can spread more misinformation if they so decide.
That's already a problem now, because there's only currently 8 accounts are able to do that, and one of them is a known spreader of misinformation.
And now they are the only ones allowed to vote on polls.
And a lot of these verified users are celebrities whom we know based on their track record after, especially during the COVID, and people were spreading misinformation about 5G.
Yeah.
My own crush, Kerry Hilson, went to see some. Like, all my love for Kerry Hilson died.
A lot of us have our crushes become really disappointing to us in these times.
Please, not mine. Thank you. Anyway, so next, Microsoft Security Copilot is a new assistant for cybersecurity professionals designed to help defenders identify breaches and better understand the huge amounts of signals and data available. Basically, what they are saying is that you can ask, what are all the security incidents in my enterprise? And Copilot will summarize everything for you.
Charlie, Copilots, they can't make we lazy, but I like it.
And as always, it's going to be powered by OpenAI's GPT-4. Yes. So next is even more worrying and interesting news. Clearview AI has been used by the US police nearly 1 million times. Now, Clearview is a facial recognition company that allegedly had scraped about 30 billion images from social media platforms like Facebook. And this they did without anybody's permission. Now, Clearview's system allows a law enforcement customer to upload a photo of the face and find matches in a database of billions of images.
I do that with my Google Photos database.
Thank you.
But this comes with a better spin. It then provides links to where matching images appear online, and then it is considered one of the most powerful and accurate facial recognition companies in the world. So basically, if the crime has been committed and the perpetrator has been sketched, they can put it into Clearview's system and then to find a list of people who are casually living their lives, minding their business, that somehow look like this drawing. And then they can find all your social media, all your posts, shortlist you. So it's basically, you are in a police lineup, but you don't know. You day house, they drink niche chocolates, but
they can't grab you.
It is wild. Now, the reason why this is worrying news is because Clearview was banned from working with many companies, but it seems law enforcement is not one of those companies. And law enforcement, like I said, has actively been using Clearview in its investigations. And it's very shocking, seeing as it is from low-key illegal practices. Because
stealing of
pictures.
Those pictures, yeah.
So next, Disney joins the pool of companies laying off, when reports say that they are laying off about 7,000 workers. And they said this layoff will save them $5.5 billion. It makes me wonder what exactly those 7,000 workers are doing that is going to save $5.5 billion. But anyway, so now a team that has already been laid off of 50 workers is the Generation Storytelling and Consumer Experiences Division. Now, this is actually the team that was responsible for putting Disney on the metaverse. But as we all know, metaverse dead.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. Go to Japan. VR is actually thriving very well.
But not for Meta.
Not for Meta.
They actually have VR chats, which is their version of the metaverse.
Yeah, and how is VR chat?
I mean, they have even this thing.
Even if you speak of Japan, PlayStation
VR
Home, not even PlayStation VR 2 has launched, doing numbers as far as VR goes, and PlayStation Home has been in existence for how long? That was pretty much VR chat before VR chat. And remember, the Japanese are very
pro technology and not pro technology at the same time.
Like the most advanced people in the world, but
and also the most Stone Age.
Yeah, but they still use fax machines.
Yes, they still use fax machines for legal documentation, and you have to get a stamp instead of a signature. So you carry your stamp with you everywhere you go. So final thing is, Apple's version of Quick Loan is finally going live, and it is called Apple Pay Later. Very great name, guys. Apple. Wow, you guys are known for such great naming. Apple Pay Later. Come on, guys. So this is basically Apple's buy now pay later scheme. That is now a part of Apple Wallet. So users will be able to apply for loans from $50 to $1,000, which they are to repay through 4 payments over the course of 6 weeks with no interest or fees. According to Apple, users can apply for a loan within the Apple Wallet with no impact to their credit. However, the company notes in fine print that the pay later loan and payment history may be reported to credit bureaus and impact their credit. It's so weird.
You just said it now.
That it's not going to affect your credit, but it actually does affect your credit. It's so weird. Anyway, so the service is only available in the US for online and in-app purchases on iOS 16.4 and iPadOS 16.4. I'm imagining, will it come to Ghana?
you know why I was laughing when you said that? So I was thinking, so somebody has an iPhone and that's, Apple Pay Later. $1,000. Then what? The phone go lock if you no pay, or they go publish a name for Apple News.
So that's why it's working in the US, because it is a credit system. So if your credit is bad, your life is not going to be great. So by in Ghana there, although I have heard rumors of a possible credit system being coming. So those who have not paid their quick loan, look sharp.
Well, it does. It could, because Ghana's, like the database is actually very linked. The banks talk to each other, so your credit is bad with this bank, the other banks.
And also because of, we've talked a lot of mess about the Ghana card, but it has its place
It has its
in
place.
this entire listening system. Shout outs to Michael.
I mean, you've already said it for me, so yeah, I accept your shout out with grace
Now-
and humility.
So back to our conversation proper, and yeah, the risks of AI. And I'm glad that you mentioned Clearview when you're talking about AI and its risks. One of the things that happened in the news some time ago when all this facial recognition issues came up was racial bias,
Yes.
because facial recognition, AI powered facial recognition, seemed to have a problem recognizing certain people of certain races. And why are you laughing? That's true. We the black people.
No,
yes.
you see, I'm laughing because you know this rhetoric where people allegedly white people say all black people look alike. They somehow managed to train an AI, and the AI is telling us the same thing. You black people, you all look alike.
But it's designed by the same people.
There's a training.
Yeah,
So I believe
No,
that's
so are you guys telling me that they didn't even add Michael Jordan's picture, LeBron's picture? Now people are telling me.
we live in a world where right now, people mistake Samuel L. Jackson for what's his
Yeah,
name?
I know.
Lawrence Fishburne.
How?
No,
you-
you say how, but
Yeah, it does.
It's a constant problem. to
This
the point
even
where-
happened on live TV,
Yeah,
where a TV presenter was asking, what's his name again?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. How was what?
What
Yeah.
was it like being on the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
But it was in relation to a Lawrence Fishburne movie, not a Samuel L. Jackson
Wait.
movie.
So then my question is, did he cuss her out?
Yeah, he actually did. But he was
You
visibly
can see it on his face,
like he vexed.
You know, it cussed in sign language.
Interesting.
No, but that's the thing. We live in a world where that can happen now, and you're asking like, how does such a thing happen? But it has happened and is continuing to happen. Now, the same people who do that are now programming AI. Those biases are going to be there and worse.
Which is why, so I signed on to join BARD beta testers. I haven't been allowed yet.
Me neither.
But this is why last week we talked about they should allow Africa to also get a chance to play with BARD, because if they are worried about biases, which we have clearly seen, I mean, we haven't even started the conversation, and we have clearly shown that based on how an AI is trained, it could be heavily biased, and biases like the scale. If we are saying that AI is so powerful because it gets so much access to information within moments, that means that the effects of its biases would be scaled up to its processing power. That's wild. Please continue.
So the reason why another reason why we're having this conversation was some pictures of the Pope looking very dapper
Bruh.
found its way on the internet,
Bruh.
and
Drip from heaven, you know.
I mean,
Showers of blessing, bro.
he looked very, very, like, what's the new Gen Z term for drip?
Speaking to the non-Gen Zs.
Well, yeah, but you would know.
Me, how would I know? I don't even have TikTok.
Actually, you would know. I'm surprised you don't.
What?
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't. Anyways,
I'll
so for the lack of a Gen Z term to fix here, he was looking very fashion, forward.
Or locally, as we say, he sports.
Yeah, but the Pope always sports. But this time he was looking like a 21st century Migos version of a Pope, Yeah.
Like I
with all
Winston
his-
squeeze his face like it's not true, but it is.
with all his blings and his jackets, his puffed up jackets.
man.
So for those who haven't seen it, just Google, the Pope and
It's a Pope drip.
just Pope drip. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it. And it looks very realistic, photorealistic. It looks so true to life that I had someone send it to me saying that, Charlie, right now their Pope saved the shadow, and I'm like, oh, you think it's real? It's like it's not. Like it is. So we had a little banter where there was a back and forth about whether it was real or not. And last week I did mention some of the pictures I'd seen from Mid-Journey's, some pictures that Mid-Journey had produced that looked very true to life.
Yeah.
One of them was a picture of John Wick and his dog, and it was just by entering prompts, and it generated a scene where Keanu Reeves and a dog were standing in a scene which could have been from John Wick, but it was just generated by Mid-Journey, which is an AI.
I will say, recently for the past week. I mean, after last week we discussed how Midjourney had wasn't good at doing hands, which we'll get to in terms of identifying these fake photos. DALL-E is not that great.
No, it isn't.
DALL-E is not that great. Even Stable Diffusion is better than DALL-E at this point.
Well, I think OpenAI
Has
focus.
just shifted focus.
Yeah,
to
has shifted
ChatGPT.
focus. But then, so for the listener who's wondering how this is worrying, if you've seen the Pope drip photo and you couldn't tell if it was fake, that's where you should worry. Because imagine if somebody generated a picture of you somewhere that you claimed you weren't.
Yo, I never thought about it this way, but now, back then they say if a picture says a thousand words. So imagine you are trying to defend, let's say hypothetically, someone is accusing you of having cheated.
Of having an affair.
And now there's pictures. How, what's going on?
I mean, all they have to do is just type in F30 BMW with a specific color parked at Golden Tulip, and then give it a Ghanaian number plate. And park it in a spot under a shade, something, and it will generate that image of that car in that compromising position, and then just come and present it that
this is proof.
This is proof that you were here, and it's so good that it's undeniable.
Yes, I mean, some of the listeners may be wondering, why is this a problem? Now the issue is that, like Spikey was mentioning, it's not even about the popular people. Because popular people we would expect, like for instance the Donald Trump pictures. If Donald Trump really was arrested,
it will be in the news.
It will be in the news. It will be everywhere. But you, me, then you, with these streets, if they add weight to, if they fabricate something, what if someone just says that and it basically puts you in the whole CCTV style picture and says that you were robbing someplace and nobody knows you? You've got a case. Yeah,
you've got a case, and there's no way to prove at that point
initially
that wasn't you.
You go back counter back. You go sleep.
Unless you have, an alibi that proves that you weren't at that location at that time, and that was clearly not you. So AI is getting. It's becoming more intuitive. It's becoming great, but it's getting dangerous as well because of the risks of what people could use it for. Now, okay, let's just say, for the sake of the everyday man, the likelihood of somebody actually doing that to you the resources may be too, expensive. I should put it that way.
Well, they were. They're not as expensive anymore.
No, but I mean, how many people know how to prompt that well?
Or not even that, but let's just say maybe in this part of the world, the AI may not have all our information in the database to be able to generate, let's say, a Ghana number plate on a car. So the person has to go a step further and then Photoshop that image.
Fair enough. You need a prompt engineer to really get the most out of it. But the speed at which it's become more accessible is actually kind of scary, because a year ago you couldn't do this.
Yeah, true. Not even a year. 6 months.
6 months ago you couldn't do this.
6 months ago, and DALL-E was now dropping his debut album.
And 6 months ago you couldn't do it. And see how quickly we sped to. There's a real danger of someone who knows what they are doing being able to fake you out. Then fast forward 6 months or so. Then
by the end of this year, we would be.
By the end of this year, AI should be. AI image generating software should be so good that they could create stuff that would fool anyone.
Yeah, because currently, which is very interesting, so in looking up the whole hands thing, people have found out Midjourney's new incapability, its inability to actually make someone ride a unicycle, create an image of someone riding a unicycle. For some strange reason, the engine doesn't understand how unicycles work. But it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of the right prompt. So right now, in the stage that we are when it comes to the whole AI thing, people are now looking out for the downfalls, like the footfalls of the AI, what it can't do. And then they are helping it cover up, do it well. So a few weeks ago, Midjourney couldn't do fingers, and that's what you could have used to detect that this was a fake image, because sometimes it will give you
eyes.
You do 6 fingers, or it will make your fingers look like a claw or something like that. But now it's got hands also.
So here's the thing, away from blackmail, where somebody is going to create an AI image of you. Now, misinformation. So I don't like this brand. I just go and type some prompts and create some negative PR about that brand and have images to back it. Mind you, these images could be fixed into a news style broadcast and made it, and then once again, for those who don't know, there's an app called Avatarify that all you need is a webcam, put any image, and you can talk, and that image would be talking like it is actually talking. You bring that image to life.
It fills in the frames to make it simulate.
Exactly. So imagine, get a picture of a CNN newscaster, take an AI, app like Avatarify or anyone that's better than Avatarify, let the image be speaking like it's a news broadcast, fill in the gaps with your AI image generated scenes of something that didn't happen, and put a slug on it and say breaking news from one news outlet or the other, and start sending it around on social media, and trust me, people are going to believe it.
But this thing that you said, I'm thinking about Evans working from home. Because that means that Evans can just get very good photos of himself for joy and just sit in his house, and then when it's news time, he's still in his house and he presents the news and we are good to go. I mean, you see, that's the duality of AI. Like, this is an amazing step in terms of helping people, making workflows much easier. So even if, let's say, Evans, for instance, is not available in the country, he can still present the news, and many people will not be the wiser. But then you have people who could potentially
take that same technology and then make news that didn't exist. Well, I always say this thing: every tool that has been invented over the years, that was invented for a good use, ended up being used for a bad, purpose somewhere along the line. I don't think the person who invented a knife ever intended for it to be a stabbing tool.
I mean, stab animals for hunting, but it's not stabbing ourselves, I think. But I mean, even I think the nuclear bomb was based on research for energy generation, not necessarily for what it ended up being. But now, there's most important aspects in terms of detecting or educating people about this entire thing, and why it is a big problem is because most of these photos, at a glance, you would never be the wiser.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the attention span of the world today is glance based.
Very, 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 very short.
Yeah, we just see something and we are like, okay, this must be true.
And then scroll.
And then we keep pushing. And that is a problem. So I would like to hear some of the solutions.
Let me put my confession here right now. The Pope drip picture, I fell for it. I was literally, like, as I was saying, I was just glancing. I think I saw it I must have seen it on Twitter. I was about to swipe and I saw it, like, ooh, His Holiness is looking pretty fire. Literally Holy Ghost fire on His Holiness. Okay, and then continues scrolling along.
So here's the thing. I'd like to hear from you. 055-111-997. Have you seen a Pope drip? Did you fall for it? Did you think it was real? Have you seen any images generated by AI? Have you seen any videos? Have you heard any voices generated by AI? And did you fall for it? Send us a message. 055-111-997. 055-1111-997. 055-111-997. So yeah, send us your messages on WhatsApp. So here's the thing. Besides images that are very, very, realistic, besides videos that people are going to create from some of these things, there's also the voice duplication tools. We saw David Guetta play a concert and featured Eminem on a song when Eminem never stepped in the studio with him. He used an AI tool to generate a verse using Eminem's voice. Just synthesized Eminem's voice. So what's to say I could use something like that in courts, for instance? That would be serious. Like, there's a case where someone is claiming that someone said something, and in their defense, the only defense they probably have is, I didn't say it. And this person provides the evidence or brings that evidence to court, and they play it. Is that not your voice? It is.
And you cannot deny it.
You can't deny it. Because when I heard David Guetta and, play Eminem, it sounded real. And I wasn't fooled because I'd already played with that tool. I'd heard the one that they did with Katy Perry. I'd even heard a song they did with Coldplay. And AI wrote the lyrics and performed the song. And made a beat.
be like I have to become a producer.
So, and all these things were synthesized. The voice was synthesized. The lyrics were AI generated. The whole song was produced by AI. So what's to say with a sample of anybody's voice, you could make them say anything. We've already seen Adobe preview something like that in Audition, where, you made a mistake saying something. All you could do is just type it and it would fill in.
Yeah, you can feed it a script.
Yeah.
And if you mispronounce something based on the script, it can just correct it because it synthesized your voice and it will just tweak it for you to say that. It's gotten increasingly better. Increasingly. And I've been using Adobe Podcasts for weeks now. And it's free. That's what's surprising. Is
a lot of these AI tools are free.
Yeah, because they are learning from you. You are doing a job for them. You are working them out.
So for all of you listening, the reason why these AI tools are free is because the AI needs to learn, machine learning.
Yeah.
So the more you use it, the more it's learning. Now, another interesting thing here, when it comes to the risks, is we've been talking about deepfakes for years now. Now, deepfakes are going to get even better.
Even deeper.
Yeah. And the thing I'm sure a lot of people are asking is, how can we tell the real from the fake right now? Because what's the one of the risks? One listener just sent me a message that someone can actually create a leaked video of you now using AI. Is it
easy? Yep. Although many of these AI platforms do not allow certain content to be generated,
like 18 and over.
Yeah.
What's to say if you go and find some tool that's?
If you get access to the APIs,
you can program it to do it.
Yeah, you can play your games.
Wow. Okay. So, any more risks that people should be worried before we get to the solutions?
The other risks are the truth is that increasingly our perspective on life would become very warped, and the risks are the risks I think are based on legislature, because like you said, that if someone comes to court with a synthesized this, how am I going to defend this in court? Because the jury, they are just there to hear the matter and make a deduction from what they've heard. And if what they've heard, they've been hearing my voice for the whole day, and then they play this audio
and it sounds like you.
And it sounds like me. How am I going to say, hey, please, this is a deep fake? How are you? Because keep in mind, during a court proceeding, certain things are allowed into evidence and stuff like that. If this was allowed into evidence for whatever reason, maybe it was an oversight by my defense team and they allowed it in, I'm taking this L, because it is my defense team's job to go through this and find out that this is actually fake. And if they are also not very much aware about the situation, they will not be able to flag it. So now we are getting to a stage, I think by the end of the year.
You hit the nail right on the head. It's the awareness first.
Yeah, by the end of this year, laws would not be able to compete with where AI technology is taking us. And that's the problem. This was made, the problem with tech and laws was made relevant again during the TikTok hearing over the last Thursday. Yo. I know Michael is a TikTok hater, but I know for sure he was like, yo guys, ask better questions. It was
a Facebook hearing all over again.
It somehow, after how many years since Cambridge Analytica, since Twitter's own, since Google's own, they've had multiple chances with these big techs, and they are still flopping. Someone was asking the TikTok CEO that, does TikTok gain access to my Wi-Fi?
And before we digress even further, I think another thing that beyond just the awareness, I think it's very important that for now a lot of people are aware of the possibilities of these things happening.
Yes.
So it would start the conversation of, could this be fake? You know?
Yeah.
So the moment now, it's like you said, it's going to, our reality is going to be a bit more warped, because things are now, everybody's going to look at things with a third eye.
Would have to. The question is, will they? Because when I was thinking about it right now, I think one of the fastest legislation to help combat this is that you can't, social media platforms can't release content that's less than 3 minutes. So that if you're going to watch this, you have to watch this. You have to watch the entirety to get context. And because if I'm just seeing this thing at a glance, I'm seeing a video at a glance and it's just 5 seconds, I don't have enough context and enough time to draw a conclusion and then go and find out if my conclusion is right. Because unfortunately, I have to say this, with AI coming, I think TikTok needs to go.
I think, well, not only TikTok, a lot of social media
Shorts. Those shorts,
even
real
longs,
stuff.
Come on. Listen, all you need is a video that could be 5 minutes long with enough information in there for people to believe it's actually real.
That's fair. That means you have put in the work to make people, to befuddle people. That's applaudable. Terrible, but applaudable. Laudable. Not laudable. And this is because the awareness is great. You know that this thing can happen. But we need people to also have the dedication to go and verify. We've been talking about this since WhatsApp misinformation was being propagated all over the place. That when someone sends you a chain message, don't read it and also share it. Read it,
and it's still ongoing.
It's still ongoing.
So what makes you think that, let's just say hypothetically, TikTok, Instagram Reels, all these short video platforms, and then what's to say that these people will not move on to the longer platforms, create longer content? What's to say that the fraudsters who call you and tell you will now not even synthesize the person who says the number you have dialed voice and then make it sound even more legit? Think about it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That at least right now, what many people are capitalizing on is the fact that majority of the masses do not do their due diligence.
Which is what is the main problem.
Yes, but you can't, it's going to be very difficult to tell everybody that every news you hear, you have to go and verify.
Well, it's not going to be easy, but I think it's going to be a habit that we're going to have to develop.
Yes.
Because as time goes on, we are going to see these things. Our parents are going to start sharing deepfake videos, believing they're true.
And Michael, do you have some experience with this?
Not yet, but it's coming.
And I'm speaking from when the COVID, started.
The 5G.
A lot of videos, a lot of posts that were shared, and these were not even posts that had any pictures or anything to back them.
Yo, you've just brought a very scary image to my mind. Imagine if AI capabilities were this good during the COVID period.
Thank you very much.
The worst is still yet to come.
What West?
You don't know what the future holds.
In terms of
whatever may happen. I mean, COVID has come.
Pandemic.
Yeah, bro. Let's not. It is every 100 years. Let's leave it to the
pandemic has come.
Let's leave it to the future people. Every 100 years, we've done 100. It's okay.
They said that we were only due for one economic disaster in our lifetimes. We've had 3.
I mean, 2 of them we were not very aware.
The third one is coming.
Now and 2, they are trying to.
I mean, one would say we are living through number 3 now, and then number 4 is coming instead.
Well, when we come back, I will read the messages on WhatsApp, but we have to take a quick commercial break. There are a few risks, and I think we've come to a consensus that awareness is the most important tool to fighting this AI battle that we're about to embark on. And we'll be back in a jiffy after this commercial break.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Spoke about something similar.
We're back. So, reading the messages. Good evening, guys. Mamle from Cantonment says the AI-generated swagged poop was very convincing. Thank you very much, Mamle. Yes, it was very convincing. CC says, hi, Spiky. It's not difficult to believe it's fake because of photoshopping of stills, but still, the whole idea is pretty scary. CC, I want to show you something. If you can discern which one is real, which one is fake. Like, I go join me, Douglas from DC. What did he say? Very soon I'll be adding your okay, you'll be here, Douglas. Thank you very much. And yeah, okay, so as we were saying before we took the break, the solution to identifying AI generated content because it starts off with awareness. People knowing that there's a lot of fake news out there. We've known this for a while, but people are still gullible. People still easily fall for these things. And even if you should say, okay, any image or any video generated by an AI should have a watermark, technology can get rid of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while we're on air, we're discussing...
Off air.
Off air. We're discussing the purpose of NFTs.
Yes.
You know, so when we had that NFT conversation, I was talking about how we could have used NFT as a content ID methodology.
Yeah.
Now, if any misinformation, any deep fake, any fake content that's put out there came from a source and it's going to a destination, it's going to a social media platform, if all these social media platforms connected to a blockchain powered by this NFT technology, as such that every content generated has its own unique ID
tied to your email address,
tied to your identity.
Yeah.
Email if you create fake one.
Even if it's tied to your identity on the social media platform,
that's enough.
That's what I'm struggling.
But I mean, that means that moving forward, you actually need to use your proper identification for signing up to any social media platform, signing up for Google services, so that it is you.
So basically, we're bringing what you would do on any crypto exchange, KYC.
Yeah.
So every user, we have to do proper KYC for every social media platform. So every user of every social media platform is actually known.
Yeah.
I mean, this may have certain risks when it comes to data privacy and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But then that's the only possible way that I can think of that we can, because accountability.
Yeah. Yeah.
If somebody puts out fake news and that person, like we saw with the person who did a voice note accusing the police of planting something in his car, which apparently turned out to be fake, but because it was traced to him. If every person who generated anything fake, we could trace it back to them, what would incentivize you to do it? Because you're at risk if you do. The hoops and the hurdles you have to go over to be incognito.
You know what's interesting? This just comes back to a very random YouTube video I was watching where this guy, he does a lot of chemistry stuff on on YouTube, and he was talking about how difficult it was for him to get access to certain chemicals because either you need to be a corporation that's ordering at a certain scale. There's so many things and there's so many checks to be able to. I think it with how volatile AI is. I mean, this was just his own personal chemistry games he was playing in his backyard, but this is a global issue. I think regardless of what the risk might be, it is the easiest and the fastest response to this entire thing. Yeah, everybody is tied to your identity. So when you generate image, it is Kwesi 1 2 3 4 GH. Yeah. AC Accra
hash that is tied to you.
Mango Lane. Everything. So to your where your house is. So if they pull it up and your image is somehow in some misinformation thing, they will just 3 minutes now, they are knocking your door.
Yeah.
Hey, please, what's going on here? So that means, I should say this again. Shout out to the Ghana card. Yeah, Michael. your people are killing it.
There's a potentially less privacy invasive method of dealing with this. That's using AI again, because it's been used in the past to, okay, you use AI to generate it, okay, feed it into AI and ask AI, was this generated by AI? And obviously it works better with images and videos than it does with
Text.
Yeah, definitely. With
So
text.
basically, we are going to have the whole conundrum back in the day where people used to. There's this thing going around back in the day that antivirus companies are the ones who used to write the viruses so that they kept themselves in business. So we are probably going to have a situation where some of these, but I know a company, interesting enough, I think Adobe might be the fastest to employ the content ID thing, because Adobe's Firefly is potentially starting a program where artists would sign up to the program and submit their art for training the AI, and they will be paid.
Right.
So with such a model,
Yeah.
Adobe would know that this is the type of artwork that we've used. So if anybody else signs into Adobe and you are using, they definitely have it in their system, because you need to sign in to Firefly using your Adobe account before you can get access to it. So these are the simpler ways, but
Well, here's the thing too. A lot of these AI tools have open source APIs available for
That
you,
is the-
where somebody can create their own tool out of. I mean, I saw this video where the guys created animation they created an anime from an actual video.
was it
Corridor
Corridor Crew? Yeah.
And they use Stable Diffusion. They trained it to generate their own anime. See how far Stable Diffusion took it.
Yeah.
And Corridor Crew took Stable Diffusion. What's to say somebody couldn't also go that far?
Now that means that when you are getting access to the API, like we said, your ideas has to be tied to it, because right now where it has gotten to, we cannot depend on the masses to do their due diligence anymore.
So you want to leave it in the hands of the AI developers who are still.
No, we are not leaving it in the hands of the AI developers. We are creating an accountability train. The only thing we are asking from the AI developers is that ask for the necessary information from all these persons and tie it to them. So whatever you create, if it is out there in the web, you know that you made it. Everybody can find out through the metadata that. So if there's any problem and there's any requirement for forensics, they can easily just trace it
I
back
just
to you.
realized something, and again, it does come down to what morality the developers can put into it. It is actually very trivial for AI image generators to put in a signature that a human being won't recognize, but will still be in line with the image.
Yeah.
Well,
very
yeah. But you see, here's the thing again. Reverse engineering.
No, that's the thing. Fine. You know it creates a signature. Then you ask, okay, use another AI, remove this signature. So that means you have to put it through multiple passes. Oh, was this generated by AI? Yes or no?
Bro, we know
Or-
these guys have time.
I mean, look,
No.
it's literally the virus antivirus thing over there. It's literally a chicken egg. It's going to keep. Now, Pandora's box has been opened. This cycle is going to continue on forever.
It's
think-
been
I
a
think-
while since we saw Pandora's box.
Pandora. Yeah, true. So I think one of the basic solution is the accountability, because letting people know that they are at risk for generating fake news because it's tied to them
Yeah.
will dissuade them.
Will dissuade a chunk
If-
of people.
So it's
They
some of them. I
find-
just realized there's a lot of I can off the top of my head, there's a whole group of people who I know these things will not press their neck.
Well, yeah, but then again, which is why we have the onslaught of fact-checking groups. So those would also have to do a lot of work to create more visibility, because there are times when I've seen certain videos which are not even deepfakes; these are actual videos. But then for instance, the whole battery in Samsung batteries having a chip in them being used to track people,
Yeah.
and you had people doing this stuff on TikTok and Instagram. It was fact checked. Somebody came out to prove that, hey, it's just the NFC chip. It doesn't track you or anything. But how many people knew to go check in a fact checking website? I did see on Facebook that same video had been fact checked on Facebook, in the sense that Facebook, the person who posted it, Facebook put up a notification on it that this video, the the content on this video may not be true.
That's probably because Samsung has the money to actually do that. They can flag the video.
Well, true.
But you, me, then you.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if fact checkers, and which they're gaining more, prestige in the social media industry. So let's say Facebook employs, we are fact checkers. Facebook employs Michael, me, and you, and all we have to do is see any content we consider as fake, and we flag it.
That also creates a whole new conundrum, and this is based on a documentary I watched over the weekend. I can't say the content of the documentary, but you can go and check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called Money Shots, and it talks about a certain hub company that had people who were supposed to do the necessary screening, but because of, unfortunately, capitalism, these video screeners had to watch 1,000 videos in a day. There's not enough time in a day to scan 1,000. So, we can be fact checkers. First off, we would have to build our reputation. Secondly, like I said, this is Samsung. It is to Samsung's benefit or to big companies' benefit to make sure that this misinformation is checked. But you and I, who are on the lower end of the food chain, someone come and say, "Oh, it's a lie" in your comment section, and that's it.
No, but that's the thing. There's a difference between somebody just coming to write in the comment section versus the platform owner, i.e. Meta, putting a big. We've seen them do that with sensitive video.
Yes.
So the video is marked sensitive. They put a,
why sensitive?
They put an overlay over on it. So this video is possibly fake.
They are laying off so many people. Do you know how many people do need to work on that?
That's the thing. So now they're going to have to train an AI.
So it's another AI to do another AI. It's like you said, like Michael said, it's such a loop.
Chicken.
Egg. You are just chasing. But at the end of the day, I think it's
accountability and awareness,
and it's extremely important for legislature to get. This is why I don't like being political, but this is one of the reasons why I keep saying that Ghana needs a Ministry of Tech. I know the tech is a subset of some other ministry. Now we need a whole fully dead, because if we are one of the few countries, regardless of all our problems, that is able to get on top of this. Because right now, we are talking about content ID and stuff like that, but now we have to align that with our data protection acts and all these things. It's a whole job. Come and hire us. we are not opposed to the mission. So awareness is great, but if the current legislature is not going to allow you to navigate through this properly, then we'll just be sitting ducks. But everybody who is on the internet, you need to be careful.
So today's tech jargon buster is deep fake. So a deepfake is a video of a person in which their face or body has been digitally altered so that they appear to be someone else, typically used maliciously or to spread false information. So if you heard me use the term deepfake, that's what it means. It's a video of a person in which their face or body has been digitally altered so that they appear to be someone else. And it's typically used for malicious purposes or to spread false information, misinformation, fake news. As former President Donald Trump used to say, everything is fake news. And on that note, the show is coming to a close.
Oh yeah, before the show wraps up, it's shameless plug. I'm starting a YouTube series on AI. First episode actually comes out in a minute.
Oh, and in 60 seconds.
Yes, so okay. You guys should check it out.
Down.
I try to make it as relatable using real life examples as possible. So yeah, check it out and give me some clout, please.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to enjoy some clout. Thank you.
Yes, so thank you very much. The show was aired on Joy 99.7 FM. Doesn't mean it ends here. If you want to catch up with everything we talked about, if you missed a bit of it or you missed the whole thing, it's going to be available on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and my Joy Online app and the Adam Online app. Just Google #Joy Geek Squad and you'll find every single episode we've aired for the last 5 years since we've been on air. My name is Kobe Spike Nkrumah. This has been